Hello guys, welcome back to another FIFA 22 video. Today I'm going to show you the most broken 4-2-3-1 post-patch custom tactics and player instructions. Now before I get into the tactics and the instructions, I want to say these work on next gen. Every single video I'm getting comments saying, are these for next gen or old gen? It works on both, and especially next gen is what I've tried them out on, but I do think they work on old gen as well because I did switch to my Xbox One and they seem good. But anyway, they work on both, so let's get into the game. So 4-2-3-1 formation, these are balanced tactics. Defensive style, we're going to be sticking with balance. You don't want to use a press in this formation. Sticking with balance to stop your players draining energy. They just drain too much energy when you're using a press, and it sort of draws your players out of position. So we want to be sticking with a balanced. For the width, we're using 45 width on the defensive, just making it slightly narrower. You can see the shape of the formation here. Just making it slightly narrower when defending, making it harder for the opposition to get through the middle, sort of just making it formation tighter, just making it harder for your opposition to sort of play around you. The depth on 40, really bringing the formation back a bit deeper. Not too deep that you're sort of just losing possession and sort of letting them have the possession, but you're still deep enough so you can sort of, you're not going to be open to the counter attack, or you're there. Mbappe's with 99 pace aren't going to run straight through your defence and you have no chance. So 45-40 works well. You can go 40-40 if you want to, because that actually does work well sometimes, but I recommend 45 and 40. For the build-up play, we're going to be going with balance today. It just seems the best one to go from the 4-2-3-1. Slow build-up actually can work quite well with the 4-2-3-1, but not with these instructions we're using today. We're going to be sticking with balance. Slow build-up sort of worked well at the start of the game, but post-patch in that, we're going to be sticking with balance. That's pretty much all I'm going to say. Yes, I don't recommend long ball this formation, not really fast build-up. Balance seems the way to go because we're going to be using forward runs on the chance creation. This FIFA, forward runs and direct passing, they're just the meta. They just abuse the game. They're broken. They make your life about 100 times easier. You're going to score so many goals. So it's always either direct passing or forward runs to go with. Today we're going to be going with forward runs, pushing our striker, our left cam, and our right cam, and our cam just on those forward runs, getting the ball so we can get the ball to them quickly, just making those runs behind the opposition defenders, making it harder for you to be intercepted and stuff like that. It's pretty much self-explanatory. They're making forward runs. Anyway, for the width, we're sticking on 45, so our formation is staying the same defensively and attackingly. It barely makes any difference, so 45 to 50 is still pretty much default. We're still keeping the shape of the formation, just bringing it slightly narrower, because otherwise what's going to happen, our left cam and our right cam are going to drift out wide and sort of act like wingers, and we don't want that too often. We still want them to stay in their position, otherwise they're going to be drifting out too wide and we're going to sort of have open gaps in the middle, which is why we're using a 45. Players in box on 3, I normally say really overload the opposition box, but today we're only using 3, and I'm going to show you why in a second when we get onto the instructions. It's because the way this formation is shaped, we only want certain players into the opposition box. I'll explain what I mean in a second when we get onto the instructions, but we're going to be sticking with 3 on players on box. Corners on 1, really not that important, and just free kicks on 2. That's not really important either. Right, your striker, balanced width, getting behind, making forward runs behind the opposition defenders. You have to have that when you're using forward runs to make your life so much easier. Stay forward so your striker is always up there when you need him and not coming back when defending. That is for your striker. For your free cams now, we want every single one of them. So getting to the box across is key. So getting to the box across, you want on all 3 of your cams here. Just they are always overloading the box as much as possible. And I'll show you why we only put 3 on that, because this means now these 3 players in your striker, every single time there's an attack, are pretty much going to be trying to overload the box. In terms of basic defense support, you can put stay forward on maybe your centre cam. I recommend sort of doing this, put stay forward, and stay forward on all of them. And then for the 2 outside ones, the left cam and the right cam, I actually recommend using free run. Now, not enough people talk about this, but it can work so well. You see how much space our left cam and our right cam have got around them. They've got so much space they can sort of fill into. It's the same with the 4-2-2 as well. The 4-2-2 and the 4-2-3-1, I recommend the only time you put your cams or any player on free roam. Normally it's just awful, it just ruins your whole game, it just ruins the whole position. But free roam can actually work well this time because they have so much room. They can sort of roam up to the wing if they need to, and they can also come narrower if they need to as well. So I do recommend free roam if you feel like... No. Sorry about that. If you feel like it's messing up your shape of the formation, just stick it on default again. But I actually recommend giving it a go because it can work really well. So stay forward, get into the box across on all 3 of them, and then free roam on the 2 outside ones. For your 2 CDMs for these, this is why we put 3 on the get into the box across on the tactics, because we want stay back while attacking. Sorry, we want stay back while attacking on the attacking support. So we do not want our CDMs somehow pushing into the edge of the box, which is why we've only put 3 on to ensure us it's only our 3 cams and our striker that are going to be overloading the box, because we want our CDMs to always be staying back. And if we put that too high, then our CDMs might get drawn into the opposition box, which is going to leave our formation really open. On this formation, you want your defenders and your attackers pretty much as separate as apart from each other. So you want your sort of attack. So your attack consists of the 3 cams and the striker, and then your defense is the 4 at the back and the 2 CDMs. And you pretty much want to separate them as much as possible and not sort of have them sort of joining together. So we've got our attackers on get forward, getting behind, and that's all that jazz. And we want to leave that like that. And then for our CDMs, we want cut passing lanes where you're always staying back and stay while attacking to ensure our CDMs are staying separate from the attack, not pushing forward and are helping out the defense. So cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, and then make sure you have cover centre on. So your CDMs are staying in the centre of the pitch and not dropping back. Not pushing forward. Not drifting out wide when defending, because you do not want that. You want your CDMs in the centre at all time. That is on both of your CDMs the same. 2 centre backs always leave default. Your fullbacks, I recommend it stay back while attacking for the same reasons. We've already got wide players with the left cam and right cam. We don't really want our fullbacks attacking, and we want the extra defensive help against their wingers. So stay back while attacking, but then also use overlap as well as conservative interceptions. It just saves so much energy, and it's actually really useful. You barely notice any difference in the game, but it does save a lot of energy on your fullbacks. And your fullbacks do get drained a lot of energy quickly. I might have breath from talking so much now. Sorry if I've spoken too fast, just go back and watch it if you need to. I do speak quite quickly sometimes in these videos. Anyway, for your goalkeeper, comes crosses and sweeper keeper is key. Make sure you have both of these on. So your keeper's coming at his box more to challenge for corners, loose balls, through balls, all of that kind of stuff, trying to win the ball in his hands. And that is the 4-2-3-1 broken post-patch next-gen custom tactics. That's all you need to know. Pro player as well, top 200. But that is everything for today. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.